here we have 2003, I believe it is, E55 oil cooler lines. So these are the new lines laying down there, and these are the old lines. These are ruptured in common area at the junction point down up there in the upper one of the hoses on top, but the lower one that was blown bad, and it was just so much oil under the car, it's not even funny. I think I'm gonna make just one video about this, so I'll make it longer. Now, as you can see, all of this nastiness with all this oil, and before I move on to anything else, I must change these lines because the oil was coming from above bad. The pipes, yeah, somebody said it's difficult to feed, and I just removed them. It wasn't fun, but to feed them, that'll be double fun. Oil cooler junctions, these were completely frozen. I had to cut them and break them off because I didn't want to break an oil cooler. So as you can see, these was cut off, and there's quite some rust inside. Well, you can't see it's all in oil, but they were frozen shut. Not cool. So I saved the oil cooler. Threads are good. So these are oil cooler threads. I tried to clean them a little bit. I guess I'm not going to be very successful, but it is what it is. I mean, I'll get them out. While I'm down here, I also see this bushing here seems to be ripped. That has to be done. My objective is not suspension, but I still look into it. See, this arm to be replaced, ball joint on it is ripped. Attachment point for the strut seems to be okay in a way. Upper one. Well, anyway, we'll talk about oil cooler lines for now. Engine mounts are shot on this car too. There is basically, they're flat. Engine is laying down under. Okay, pipes removal. Obviously, oil cooler disconnect. Both of those. There is one spigot here, a bolt where one of the coolant lines go. There is same on this side. There is another bolt here where coolant line goes, so that is to be undone. And then obviously connection points. These pipes, the ones on top, they lay down on this little kind of a, I don't know how to even call it. It's a piece of plastic extension, and that's where they sit. The other ones, they stick up with this piece into the radiator also, radiator housing shroud. So this is the line. This is the line that is attached to oil and coolant lines, oil cooler. So basically, I lowered that side down first, move the coolant line a little bit, and push these down by wiggling it at the angle, so they came out. Now, down here we got transmission coolant lines. They had to be disconnected, otherwise the pipes would not make it through. Okay, oil cooler lines are replaced. Now, these screwed in nice, actually, even with threads that were sort of questionable. This is what we lost in terms of engine oil. Maybe a quart, 3/4 of a quart or so. The front arms spared, both of them, because the ball joints are totally destroyed. Just wanted to point that out because I might forget about them. So that is definitely to be done, and it's very bad to have it like that. All of these plugs are loose, so I'm thinking of maybe at least throwing a zip tie over here, if I may, like right around here, I think, because it would be better than not to have it, because this is just way too loose. It's just, the bracket is broken. So let me just throw it in here real quick. and I'm gonna move on with other things. I mean, I saw it, I just like, when I was doing my objective, I never really did this. I should have done it, but now do not, you know, just finish what you see. Like what I see is what I do, you know. That's just the way I do it. Before I forget or what have you. So let's just put in a zip tie and get these wires more or less together, because that will be problems later on. All right, so just like that. So yeah, they will move less, way less. I never even saw these wires being loose because the cover is over here. Okay, so that is that. Just cut this off real quick. You know, just now moving on. Down under. Transmission coolant line. This one was very wet, so I'm not sure if it's leaking or not because we have so much leak from above. Oil coolant line, oil coolers, the lines, they're nice. The only thing is this bracket does not hold them, so I had to actually put in a few zip ties here just to keep brackets together, so the pipes, they don't move, because they were way loose. But apparently that one is broken, so I don't want to put in metal, anything metal, because metal will start cutting into the line, and if that happens, then the line might rust away. Look at this. Wow, I just noticed it. Wow, it's just cut through. You see this? This is supposed to be solid piece of metal, and it's just missing a chunk. It was rubbing against something for so long. What is this anyway? Power steering. Power steering line. Yeah, power steering. I don't know, but it was rubbing against something, against the belt, something. It's just to eat up the metal this bad, that needs some time. This bolt was loose. That could be the factor why it actually would rub, because this holds the power steering line in place. So that might be another source of leak, actually. Now I'm thinking about it, I will have to put some attention toward this line and see if there is any leak develop from this. Now, pipes over here, they're in the proper location. They sit in where they have to sit, and obviously connected over here. Now, next thing will be is to start this engine. Even though we lost some oil, but it's not critical for idle. Shouldn't be a problem. It's not gonna knock or anything. We have very low fuel. No leaks here. No leaks down here. I have to add some fuel to this engine. I mean to this carb. There are no leaks here. So far so good. So far so good. The arm on the other side is bad too, so these are to be replaced, both of them. Yeah, runs pretty good. Engine mounts are totally dead, by the way. Maybe transmission mount is totally flat, one or the other. But right now, I like what I see. I'm going to lower it just gonna run it for a little bit because I do not have much gas left in this car. I do have issue with this pipe right here. Also, we'll need to see that power steering hose, and if it runs for like say maybe 15-20 minutes, I want to get it to operational temperature. Once it's at operational temperature, when it's hot, then we'll see. Yeah, this is another arm over there. If you can see it or not, I don't know. It's pretty bad. You can actually see ball joint, which is something that you're not supposed to see. Alright, so but that those two front arms. So far so good actually. I'm okay with the fuel, with the oil cooler lines. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I have to do a little quick job on the car behind it, right over there. But because I have very low fuel, I don't want to run it for too long. So far it's a result. Fuel lines are in the trash bin, and just gonna put the cover back on, put the wheel back on, and add some oil into the system. But before I do that, I would actually run it, heat it up to operational temperature. For now, this will be all. I'm not gonna make video about how I put all these things back in. It doesn't make any sense, but here we are. All right, so this is it. Victor here, thisstorymercedes.com. Thank you for watching.